Welcome to the BRFL Mock Draft presented by Barn Door Innovations. Let's get to the picks.
Welcome, everybody. It's the league's least likable man, BRFL Buffalo's own TJ Barnaba. Today, we're going to do a speed run of the BRFL draft with trades. This mock draft is brought to you by Barn Door Innovations. Barn Door Innovations exploiting the opinions of old white men for personal wealth since 2025. Barn Door Innovations. Again, this mock draft will have trades, but I won't be creating like fictional trades, like trade packages, what's going where and how it's going to work. That's going to be left to your imaginations, folks. I don't want there to be a whole scenario where that trade happens and it looks like I'm running more than one team. Find out that I'm actually Toby arguing myself. Nobody wants that. We have heard almost nothing out of Sean's wife's camp at this point, and who knows what she's going to do, but I think it's safe to assume she's going to do the rational, smart, logical thing and take Jeremiyah Love first overall in the draft. They're going to wait it out, see what happens with the quarterback. They're locking up a guy they can't get any other year. Jeremiyah Love. Sorry, Rump. Fuck! Rumpy was taking Love. He's been planning it this whole time. What is he going to... Yeah, well, he just takes the QB of the future right here, right? Right? Fuck no. Devin is jumping up. Devin's making this pick. And with the second pick in the draft, Devin is going Fernando Mendoza. It's a Raiders franchise quarterback. He's not letting him play somewhere else. He'll figure out the Lamar situation when he gives a fuck. All right, Minnesota's on the clock. They pushed their Simpson propaganda as best they could, but nobody's jumping up. So here in this situation, I'm assuming because of how far away Minnesota is, they're going to ride best player available. And his board is going to say Arvell, Reese, linebacker out of Ohio State, is going to be the third pick in the draft. All right, so now the way the board shook out, Rumpy is going best player available. No, Flax is trading up. Flax, he's taking advantage of the fact that he's high in the draft. He wants to jump even higher, add a big name to his front seven, and the Jets at the fourth pick are going David Bailey. Yeah, he's got holes in other places on his roster, but at the end of the day, the opportunity to add a potential fast riser to that team, he's looking to make a quick turnaround. Lesson learned in Pittsburgh for the Catman with the whole offensive lineman early, right? Wrong. Fuck lessons. With the fifth pick in the draft, he's going Spencer Fano. Offensive line is a huge need after that trade he made, so he's just going to go ahead, lock up Fano, get the best offensive lineman available, and restart this whole process. Toby saying, fuck, an offensive lineman just went. Do I take Freeling here? No. He's going to be patient. He's going to take a step back. He's going to take Carnell Tate. He's going to add another receiver to Bryce Young's weaponry. And we'll just see what happens there with the Freeling situation. You know, he's biting his nails, but he's hoping that he's going to fall quite a bit. Brian's boring ass comes up at number 7, and he's just going BPA, blah, 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 best generational linebacker in Sonny Styles at pick 7, whatever. He's the best player in the entire draft. Well, whatever. All right, Rumpy comes back up at number 8. Is he trading again? No, he's going to hang out here. He's going to take Jordyn, Tyson. He's going to add to that receiver room, which is pretty bland, and he's just going to go BPA. All right, Atlanta comes up at number 9. They're a few pieces away. They invested quite a bit in the offensive line last year, and I think they're going to stick a guy behind him in Simpson. He had Tennessee right behind him, so he's thinking, I don't think he's going to fall much more, and he's playing the long game. He wants to see if Simpson's gonna start while that offensive line starts hitting their peak. So, and with Kyler Murray there, he has, you know, the opportunity to wait on Simpson. Tennessee's snickering himself because he was never taking a quarterback. He's sticking best player available, and best player available in the draft for Tennessee is going to be Francis Mauigoa. Matt hit on Dart last year, so at this point he just has the opportunity to pick his favorite offensive line product out of all of the ones that are available. And I think personally he's going to go Blake Miller. Blake Miller's going to have a clear path to a starting role, has all the measurables to be a long-term starter, and he's on Detroit, so I think that's going to lead to a pretty good opportunity for him. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. That's 2 in a row, bro. Toby is trading up to the 12th pick because there's no way he's going to sit here and watch Monroe Freeling play for somebody else. Same way Devin couldn't have Fernando Mendoza playing for someone else. A Panther in the first round. Toby's jumping back up at the 12th pick, taking Monroe Freeling. Rumpy's back up, and he continues to let the board come to him. Right here, with the offensive line run starting, I think he's going Kadyn Proctor, locking in a long-term starter and building around the edges of this roster. Minnesota comes back up, and they're continuing Operation Holy Fuck, this whole team is terrible, and they're going to go ahead, best player available, and go Ioane, clear path to starting there, and he needs pretty much everything in Minnesota, so easy decision, best player available. Speaking of best player available, this is a guy that normally goes best player available, but he's working the phones, all right? He has tried everybody. He's asked for future first. Nothing's coming out Garrett's way. So Garrett is going to stick here at 15 and go Caleb Downs, locking in a long-term starter and putting him right there next to Surtain. Those two playing on the same defense, that's why we do this, to make fun fantasy situations happen, and that's a pretty cool one. All right, Tennessee comes back up here at 16. They started this little mini offensive line run, and I think they're personally going to stick with it. I think at 16, you're going to see Keylan Rutledge. He's going to lock in 2 long-term starters there on the offensive line and just keep going best player available for his needs. And best player available, Minnesota's just going to keep doing their thing here at 17. Why deviate from the path? You're a long ways off. Keep adding good players. I see at 17, Rueben Bain as the pick. I mean, he fell in real life. He fell here. Don't come and kill me, Rueben Bain. You seem like a really scary fellow. 18 is actually me. I farmed this pick out, and like somebody who doesn't play on FanGM, the farmed out pick ended up being Mansoor Delane. That's definitely what I'm going to be doing. Should I come up on the board and Mansoor Delane still be there, I'll just go ahead and lock that in now, guys. For real. Bryce is coming up here at 19. He's going to do exactly what he tried to do last year, just better. And he's going with Jordyn Price. I mean, new coaching staff coming in. Not sure if they're going to be working the 2-back system. So Price might be a big asset to have in that offense if he is a bell cow back. Here we go at pick 20. Atlanta comes up. They already took a shot on Ty Simpson. Why not take another shot and see if Mike Washington Jr. can actually get some good carries there with the Raiders. Their coaching staff is a 2-back type offense, so Genty being there might not hurt him as much if they're able to work in both backs and have a clear role for Mike Washington there in Oakland. Anthony comes up here. He was patient. He waited. He traded down, and he still gets his guy, grabbing Makai Lemon here at 21. If that Brown trade happens, you're looking at a guy that's clearly going to be starting for quite a while there, and Homer pick, why not? There was some Beck talk coming out of Rumpy's camp, but I think he's going to stay the course here and go Kenyon Sadiq, his best player available. I think he's going to continue building around the edges. I think he figured out that you can minimally invest in the quarterback position and still somehow win on FanGM. I don't know where he got that from, but I think that's his plan. All right, Sean continues to let his wife play the long game, and I think they're going with one of the youngest players here in the draft, and Caleb Lomu. I think that's going to be a solid pick. He's going to end up being a starter once Morgan Moses moves on, which could be any day now given his age. And again, they're not playing for this year. They're playing for 2027. They want to see what that draft looks like as far as a quarterback is concerned, and they got no problem sucking for a while. Indianapolis, Alicia's come up with back-to-back picks here. I think they're going to fill another need going with Omar Cooper Jr. I think long game-wise, he's looking at playing with a really good quarterback next year. So I think that's the way Alicia, as Sean's thinking here on this one. Does Rumpy really believe in Carson Beck? Is he the next Jackson Dart? Or is he the next Drew Lock? I think Rumpy's way too afraid of that entire scenario playing out again. And I think we see Max Iannaccio here as the 25th pick in the draft. Rumpy just keeps on adding to the edges. Why do otherwise? You got your guy. See if Jacoby Brissett can be the guy. If not, we'll see. Indianapolis is not playing for this year, so as they come up here at the 26th pick, they're looking for another offensive lineman to build out that room. So Chase Bizantis is going to be the pick here. Clear path to starting in Arizona. I think they're going to lock him in. And again, they're punting till 2027. Why mess with this year? They went love. Let's build a line for them. Minnesota comes up at 27. And obviously, they've gone best player available the entire way. Let's keep on doing it. Caleb Banks is going to be the pick here at 27, locking in a top turn talent. He slid here in the BRFL draft. Might as well go best player available. So many needs in Minnesota, not playing for this year. So continue to add to that front seven. All right, Eric got that offensive line pick out of his system. He's a new man. Larry's sitting right behind him. What does he do? He's going running back. Which one? Which one is going to be the third pick? The third running back pick? Keylan Black. He's going Keylan Black. He's like, which one was Larry going to pick? I need to pick that one. And he ends up on Keylan Black. Completely different way of running things in Pittsburgh. Everybody thought an offensive lineman was coming. Not today, folks. 3 things in life are guaranteed: death, taxes. Larry taking a running back. He's going to add to that room with Jonah Coleman, the guy he wanted all the way, hoping Eric would do anything but take Jonah Coleman. Jonah Coleman, 29th pick, going to the Bucs. There were no Seattle players on the board for him to reach for here. He has no idea what to do. How about just get the guy from Washington? Denzel Boston adds to a very thin wide receiver room as the odd couple out there look to add to their trophy room. With a clear vision in mind, assets to burn, he's built around the edges all draft long. It's time for a trade up. Up come the Colts. Shocking the world, shocking Rumpy, shocking everybody by going Carson Beck, quarterback. This is their guy. They've been waiting for him the whole draft. They've been adding around the edges, doing all the right things. They wanted Carson Beck, and they get their guy. Sean actually lets Alicia make the pick just to see the meltdown from Rumpy. The crowd goes fucking wild. Holy shit, pure gold. Here's where it actually gets crazy, because Eric and Rumpy already had a handshake deal. Rumpy was jumping up to 32. He was taking Carson Beck. It was already done. But now that Beck is gone, Rumpy's like, fuck this. I'm not there. I'm not even paying attention to this shit anymore. I went and set like 3 or 4 fires. And Eric threw out his draft board. The cat's fucking pissed on it. He doesn't know what to do here. He thought he was trading out. But the clock is fucking ticking. That's the problem. No draft board. No idea what to do. What does Eric end up on? Obviously offensive lineman, right? No. He says, I know a guy. I know one guy from Penn State. I'm going Nick Singleton here. Yeah, fuck you guys. This is a whole new team. Not offensive linemen, running backs. Pittsburgh, baby. Woo! Thank you guys so much. I was just fucking around today, so I figured might as well run this out. Saw some people complaining. Saw a really weak one put out by the Seattle boys. I'm just kidding. We love that type of shit. Keep them coming. But I had time, so I figured, fuck it. Why not? Get a little content for my channel. Thank you guys for joining it. Hopefully it plays out exactly like this. I would really, really like Mansoor Delane. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you so much.